Now let's look at anonymous functions. The page on php.net that talks about anonymous functions also talks about closures, which are a more advanced topic. So we won't be going into that much in this class, but I will show you anonymous functions because they're useful. The basic idea is if I have, for example, a higher order function that takes an argument, which is the name of a function, I can also just put a function in here. So let's go ahead and start with our filter example. So I'll grab my version of array filter and paste this down here. And what I'm doing is passing in the name of the function isOdd as a parameter and the name isEven as a parameter. But I'm going to go ahead and put a function here instead. So function that takes a variable called value, and then it returns value mod 2 equal 1. So this is doing exactly the same thing as my isOdd function was doing. I've just put it in line here as a function. Now you'll notice it doesn't have a name. I haven't said function isOdd open paren $value. I've just gone ahead and put a function here without a name. That's why it's called an anonymous function, because it's a function without a name. So this will work perfectly fine. And then I'm going to copy it again and make another anonymous function. Except this one is going to check whether the thing is even or not. So now if I go ahead and reload that page, I should get exactly the same thing as I got before. The even numbers and the odd numbers. So you'll sometimes see it written this way on one line, but that doesn't really contribute to legibility. So if you use anonymous functions in this course, I'd like you to go ahead and indent them as if they were regular functions, just like so. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, like so. So it means the same thing, but it's a little cleaner. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with array map. So I'm going to copy this now and paste. And here the first parameter is a function, so I'm just going to go ahead and create a function that takes a value and it returns value times 2. And it should work exactly the same. So these values are all twice these values, so it looks like it's working. And finally we'll do the same thing with array reduce. So here, instead of summing the item, I'm going to create a function that takes a carry and an item, and it returns, oops, go ahead and hit return, returns carry plus item. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, and replace this one with it. So once again, should do the same thing as before, and it does.